Welcome to City Pulse. My name is Pamela Payne, and I'm here with Mayor Ron Arnold.
Hi, Pam.
And Jim Robertson.
Good morning.
Gentlemen, I know that there's a lot of things to do in the city as far as the street department is concerned. Can you guys give me some idea of updates on regards to the potholes and what the city department's doing to fix that stuff?
Sure, I'd be glad to. I'm going to let Jim do most of the talking. Jim's our street commissioner and has been since nearly first of the year.
Mid-January.
Jim's got an aggressive plan on addressing potholes, conditions of alleys, things like that. So I think if you've been out in the last few days, you'll see there's been quite a bit of patching already going on. So they haven't really been able to get to the alleys yet too much, but I think you've started.
Yes.
Jim, go ahead and outline your...
We've started on the alleys. Alleys have been neglected quite a bit for the past several years, so I'm aggressively going after that. They need repaired. We've put out several tons of stone already. As for patching, I've divided the city up in 5 different areas. We put out about 30 tons of patch material already, and I'm guessing that's going to quadruple. So we're trying to approach it as quickly as we can. With weather breaking, that helps us. When it was cold, it was hard to apply the patch and so it would adhere to the pavement. So with that being said, we're hitting the streets running.
Can you tell me how can people report potholes in alleys or roads?
We have a woman, Ginger Robertson, who works at the street department. She's there every day, so our phones are always manned. You can call 552-2711. That's the number at the street department. Just give us a shout and let us know that your alley or street needs to be approached and looked at.
Yeah, and that's something new too, Pam, that if people have tried in the past to contact the street department, up until about a year ago, there wasn't someone there to answer the telephone every day and to take records and follow up with folks, because it was, the guys are out. And so Ginger has filled a very important role in being there, being able to talk to you, follow up on your report, make sure a work order is issued, and she reports directly to Jim. So calling Ginger at 552-2711. Even if she's not there, she has voicemail. Mm-hmm. Ginger's very, very good at follow up and follow through. So it's really enhanced our communication with residents. So if you haven't called the street department in the recent future or in the recent past, then you haven't talked to Ginger, and you don't know that we've made that investment in personnel to be able to be more reactive to the needs of the citizens.
Okay. Can you tell me, since you're with the street department, what is the repair status on Highway 28 where the water main broke?
It's been delayed a bit. As I said, with weather breaking recently, the asphalt plants are now open. So the state probably had to jump in and get their bid process going. And I've been told that it's going to be the 1st of May, but before it's repaired.
Okay. Now I know every year you guys kind of have a citywide cleanup.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
In May, the weekend of the 17th and 18th, that's Friday and Saturday, we will have dumpsters available out at the street department on South J Street, west end of South J. You can bring almost anything you have in your house, with the exception of building materials or hazardous materials. We can't take that, which would be paint, oils, that sort of thing.
Okay.
The hour's going to be Friday. I think we're going to do it from 8 till 6 p.m. We're going to extend it a little further this year, make it a little later, because I understand that some people work out of town, they can't get into town before 6 o'clock. So
right.
We're going to make it a little later, go till 6 p.m. And on Saturday, we're going to do the same, 8 to 6. I would ask that you bring a copy of a driver's license or a water bill or something like that has an Elwood address on it.
Yeah, we want to make sure Elwood residents are getting the benefit of this and not folks who live in other towns or areas of the county. So now, Jim, they can also bring electronics.
Yes, they can. Televisions, stereos, vacuum cleaners, just anything electronic. Computers.
That's a new addition.
You said no building materials. What type of materials are you talking about?
Asphalt materials, like roofing or something like that. Wood we will take. Concrete block. We can take a limited amount, but not a full foundation or anything like that.
And where can people get more information about the cleanup and what days and times and stuff?
We are
like
going
that?
to advertise it in the newspaper, and I think it's going to be in with water bills. We'll have notice then, the times and dates, and just we'll give a list of everything they can bring.
And on elwoodindiana.org.
Yeah.
Information. Just keep tuning in here. Have all the info you need.
Now, I heard you're trying to get a grant for trees.
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit about that?
This excites me. It's the time of year where I'm having to cut trees down due to their age or just decay in the tree. And I've always wanted to, if I have to take a tree down, I want to replace it. So I approached the Board of Works and the mayor about having an area where we can start an urban forestry program where I can plant trees, and if I have to cut one down, I can replace it. So I have applied for a grant, and we have an area that we'd like to plant these saplings in, and I'm hoping next year we can get started on it.
We've had to, in the last year, I know, Pam, we've had to cut down nearly 200 dead trees along streets and alleyways, right-of-ways that the city has. It's been great to get rid of that dead wood because in ice storms, wind storms, you have lots of limbs that come down and damage people's vehicles, houses. So we've minimized the amount of debris that's coming out of dead trees. But Jim's approach will be to make sure that we're replacing those trees as we go so that we don't lose the aesthetic appeal to our community. When you come through our town, the trees are a big part of that. So this is an exciting program.
Now, as far as paving the streets or potholes or different things like that, you said that you're going to be doing a lot of that this spring. The estimated value of it's going to be anywhere between $300,000 to $400,000.
We're hoping, I'll let the mayor kind of approach that amount, and then I can discuss a little bit with you.
Yeah, we have in the capital bond that the city did last year. Our plan B, Pam, was we knew the county council was talking about getting rid of the wheel tax.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's heard about wheel tax. Basically, what that was, if you plated a vehicle, you paid an extra $25 per vehicle to what was called a wheel tax. That money then, for everyone in Elwood, Indiana, that paid that $25, that money was earmarked specifically to pave roads in Elwood, Indiana. And so what the city realized from that wheel tax was around $182,000 a year. So we knew last year, as we were going through the bonding process for capital improvements to the city, that the county council was talking about eliminating the tax, which would mean we could pave no roads in Elwood. There is no other area of the budget that we can go to replace that $182,000. So we took part of that bond money, roughly $200,000, and set it aside for capital improvement to roadways. Through our financial review at the end of 2012, at the end of our first year, we sat down and looked at the financial health of the city. And what we looked at was we grew our surplus in our reserves for the city by $1.2 million. We went from $6.5 million cash in the bank and all the various funds that the city has to $7.7 million. So we added $1.2 million overall to, if it was for you and I, it'd be our savings account. That money's in the bank. So one of the recommendations was from our financial analyst was, why don't you move 100 or 200,000 of that surplus into your what they call an MVH fund, or a motor vehicle highway fund, which in layman's terms is paving roads. Mm-hmm. And so we will go before the city council, Jim and I will, and we will ask that for what's called an additional appropriation. And that's where you're taking surplus money and appropriating it to a line item in your budget. So you're taking out of your savings account and you're going to plunk it in down. You need a new roof on your house, so you're going to take that out and you're going to appropriate it to that project. That's what we're talking about doing. What I would encourage you to do is contact your city council member of your district or an at-large member and let them know that you support our efforts to pave more roads in our city. Infrastructure is crucial to growing this city. We've been able to talk about some exciting developments over our last few sessions of City Pulse. We want to continue to have good news to bring, but we can't do that if we're not improving infrastructure in our city. So what we want to do is be very prudent. We grew the surplus by 1.2 million. We would like to take just 200,000 of that. Let's leave that extra million in the bank. So that would leave us at $7.5 million in the bank. Let's take 200,000 of that. Let's appropriate it to road paving, strictly road paving, and let's put that with the capital bond money that we already have in the bank of 200,000, and let's really make an impact this year of $400,000 in paving, which would be a first for our city in many, many, many years to be able to do that much road paving. And Jim can tell you, we have a grid of the entire city. We have over 5 miles of road that we're responsible for the condition of. And last year we spent nearly $180,000. That got us 2 roads. That got us South 19th Street from P Street to D.
Yes.
And it got us North 7th Street from Main to where it ends at North D. That was $180,000 roughly. Asphalt is expensive, and so we want to be able to do several more roads. Again, it's not going to mean that we're going to repave 5 miles of roadway in 1 year, but it will help us begin to catch up and make a real impact. And as we also couple that with tearing down abandoned houses, making some improvements with the blight that we have, we're adding new asphalt. It's a great package to be able to present for increasing property values, enticing new businesses, new residents into our city. So very exciting, but we need your support to contact your city council member and let them know that that's what you want to see done. It's your money, it's your tax money, it's in the bank. This is our plan. We're asking for your support of it. If you don't know who your council member is, you say, okay, I'm for that. Yes, we have a problem with roads. I think everyone would agree to that. I like your approach. Let's do it. How do I contact my council member? Call my office, 552-5076, 552-5076. We'll let you know who your council member is and how you contact them. But we need your support in order to get that done with the city council and for them to understand the importance of this and that there's public support for it.
Is there anything that you wanted to add to?
Yeah, I would like to also add that every street in Elwood has been rated. So that's going to assist us in determining which streets are paved, and this was done last year, so that's going to help us. I would even like, and the mayor supports this, I would like to even see us go further and add curbs to the paving process. That would help with water flow and flooding problems. So I'd like to see us purchase a curb machine and maybe add that into the mix.
Regardless of whatever we do, you guys are trying to make the city look good.
Yes,
We are.
Well, I have a flyer here for the Elwood Humane Shelter benefit on Saturday, April 13th at the Backstage Bar.
Yes.
And that's 1525 South A Street.
Yes, downtown.
And they're saying entertainment will be provided by the Burke Brothers Acoustics from 6 to 8. And from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., the band Overruled, which is our judge here in town.
Our city judge Kyle Noon's band, Overruled.
Donations will be taken at the door, raffles for great prizes, and the Backstage is donating 10% of the sales to the Humane Shelter. Are you guys planning on participating in that?
We are. It's open to everyone. It is in a bar, so it's an adult benefit, but it will be fun for everyone. If you don't typically go to a bar, we're going to have fun. You can come drink a Coke. You don't have to drink liquor if that's not what you do, but come support the shelter. It'll be a great community event. We had great success. You participated last year, Pam.
Mm-hmm.
We did one for the pool project.
Yep.
And had a beach party at the backstage and raised several $1,000s for the pool, and everyone had a great time. We had fun with the raffles. Kyle's wife and Danielle helped with raffles and baskets, and it just ended up being a lot of fun. No matter if you want to typically go to a local pub or bar or not, it was fun for everybody. So we're very thankful that the Backstage has offered to do this again this year for the Humane Shelter. We are moving forward. We did a raffle at the last home show just a few weeks ago for a basket and raised several $100s at that. And Two Guys Pet Boutique they've been collecting funds at their store, and so fundraising is starting to kick off for that. We are anxious to get things going, so this will be a great kickstart to that. It's now spring. We'll be getting the pool open for the second season real soon, and we'll be able to focus on this project and encourage everyone to come up and support. Come up and buy a raffle ticket for a basket. Come if you enjoy either one of these groups. Overrul's a great band, lots of fun, play a wide selection of music. But we'll be there, we'll have fun, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you, gentlemen, for talking with me
Thank
today.
you.
I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Pam, and as always, we appreciate elwoodindiana.org. And we're thankful for this venue.
Thank you.